So, okay, we can continue. Um, let's finish. Let's finish this object. So, first of all, here I think we can create a join, which is this one, and on this list, I should add probably okay, this extrude 3, this one, and two sides, which is fill 1 and translate 1. And finally this one, split 1, which is actually all other sides. Okay, this one, and click on OK. So I don't need this plane 1 and plane 2 to be shown, so I just select them and by right clicking make them hidden. So and switch into part design mode and create once again create closed surface. I said you before okay, what is this warning message? Okay, I just click on OK. I don't it is not so important message. Okay, this geometrical set that I want to create a solid body, and it cannot be created inside of geometrical set 1. So software warnings means that it will be created inside of this part body. So I just okay, this on this close surface definition on no selection next to object to close, I select this join 1, or I just left click on any surface on my workspace, because any surface belongs to this join 1. Okay, and click on OK. So and finally I make this join 1 hidden like this. Okay, inside of part body I have here closed surface 1 is created, and that's all. That's all. So we can stop here, close this part body, and start to work on another project. Let's say it will be this one. Okay, so this one is a bit complicated. Actually. This one also can be created on part design mode, but anyways, as I said before, we are trying to learn generative shape design. We are trying to learn surfaces or creating parts using generative shape design tools. So that's why this one also will be created in generative shape design. First of all, surfaces of this part will be created on generative shape design, and once again we use close surface tool inside of part design mode, and create solid body. I just close this screen, this JPG file, and inside of CATIA v5 I start okay, I open another new part. Okay, by clicking on Start Generative Shape Design. So once again, okay, I suggest you to use this option, create geometrical set, while you are working on generative shape design or on wireframes and surface design. Okay, and just click on OK. So let's start. First of all, I think I will start from this shape, okay, which contains actually a circle and a rectangle. Okay, I don't need for my first shape this inner circle. Okay, so to create this I use sketch, and as a base plane for my sketch I select this ZX plane. So and I create some kind of a circle. As the center point of my circle I select origin, which is this one. Okay, and what will be the diameter of my circle, actually, of this circle? The diameter, I think, will be this. Okay, 80, which is actually uh, this distance, or the diameter of this circle. Okay, so I double click on this dimension, define it as 80 millimeters. Okay, and somewhere here I create a rectangle using general rectangle icon, which is this one. Okay, so, and it will be created from this quadrant point of my circle, and something like this, probably. Okay, define its dimensions, this one and this one. Okay, uh, this one, the length is definitely 80 millimeters. Okay, this one, and the height is 50 millimeters. It is from this point. Okay, so actually this one will be 50 millimeters, and I want to trim this line and this arc, I mean this part of my circle, using definitely this quick trim option. I double click on quick trim, which is this one. Okay, and I click on this side of my rectangle and on this side of my circle. So after trimming, this line for some reason is selected as white. So what does it mean? What does it mean? If I left click on this line and drag it, I can see that these 2 points are not coincidence. So I just create another constraint, select this point and select this point, okay, and right click and make them coincidence. So that's enough. That's all. And I exit the sketch workbench, and I should create an extrude. And what is the dimension? So the dimension of extrude should be 20 plus 80 plus 20. In total 120 millimeters. Okay, or 60 millimeters. Okay, 60 millimeters to two sides, something like this. So click on extrude. Here, okay, on dimension of first limit, I type here 60 millimeters, and I can also type here 60 millimeters, but instead of this, since the lengths, the dimensions of two sides are equal, I just click here, over here, use mirrored extent option and click on OK. That's all. So let's cover these sides using this fill tool. Okay, fill. So step by step, as I select the edges of surfaces, which is first of all this one, and then this one, and then this curve, and this one. And okay, after I have this closed contour information, I just click on OK. So the side of my extrude is closed now. So I should also cover this side. So I can use here symmetry option of operations toolbar. So symmetry. So as an element, I select this field 1, and as a reference, which is actually the symmetry plane, I select this plane, which is in my case ZX plane. Okay, and now as you can see, the symmetry surface is created. So I don't need this sketch 1. I right click on sketch 1 on my 3D specification and make it hidden. So what is next? Probably I should create a rectangle, something like this. And definitely I use sketch. Okay, sketch. As a sketch plane, I select this YZ, this one. Okay. So using a centered rectangle, I create a rectangle, something like this, probably. And what about dimensions? Okay, so I have here a 15 millimeter dimension, which is a dimension between this line and the upper line of my future part. So, and this there is also this dimension, which is 80. Okay, the length of my rectangle should be 80 millimeters. Okay, so I double click on constraint, so and create the distance between this line, this edge of my extrude 1 actually, and this line of my rectangle, and create another dimension which is actually the length of my rectangle. Okay, and I should also create the distance between this line and somewhere, and it should be it is not so crucial. I think I create the distance between this line and probably x axis. Okay, and make it first of all, make it maybe 50 millimeters, not 5, sorry, 50 millimeters. That's enough. That's enough because the distance between this x-axis and this line is 40 millimeters. Probably you remember, because why 40 millimeters? Because the diameter of this arc is 80 millimeters, as you remember, and that means the radius is 40 millimeters. Okay, I click on normal view icon and define the dimensions. This one should be 15. Okay, let's check it. Yes, this one is 15, and this one should be 80. That's all. So all dimensions are defined, and I just click exit sketch workbench and create an extrude using this last sketch. In my case, it is sketch 2. Okay, extrude. So I think this extrude is okay for me. It's okay for me. I just click on OK. So I don't need this sketch 2, and right click on sketch 2 and make it hidden. So I need to cut off this side of my extrude 1 using this extrude 2. So to do this, I use trim tool. So I add here extrude 1 and extrude 2. So it is not okay for me. The result is not okay for me. I need these sides, outer sides of extrude 2 to be disappeared. Okay, and that's why I just click on this other side previous element, and I think it's okay for me. Okay, I just click on OK, and the result is okay for me. So what is next? I should create this cylinder. So I think I just create a sketch. Inside of sketch, I create the circle. I mean this outer circle with 80 millimeter diameter. Okay. So to do that, I think I should create a plane which should be uh, actually on this surface. So since this is surface, I don't want to use this surface as a plane. So that's why I create another plane, actually 50 millimeters far from XY plane. Why 50 millimeters? Why 50 millimeters? Because, okay, I just click on cancel and I want to show you sketch 1. So as you remember, uh, the distance between the upper point, upper line or upper surface and origin, or actually XY plane, was 50 millimeters. So because of this, okay, I just click exit sketch workbench and I click on this creating plane icon, and actually I can do a little tricky thing here. I can right click here and click on edit formula. So and I select the sketch 1, see, and I have dimensions opened. I have dimensions of sketch 1 opened now, and I select here 50 millimeters, this one. Okay, and click on OK. So okay, now I'm just parameterizing this, creating this plane 1. Okay, so reference 1, reference. As a reference, I select definitely this XY plane because I want to create a new plane uh, far from 50 millimeters far from XY plane, and I just click on OK. So it is created, and on this plane, on the actually plane 1, I create another sketch as a circle like this. Okay, the center of my circle will be on origin point, and its diameter will be 80 millimeters. Okay, so uh, okay, 80 millimeters, or I can just delete this 80 millimeters diameter and make uh, this to create a constraint between this and this, okay, and make them tangency. That is also okay, because this uh, dimension, this one, is 80 millimeters, which comes from the diameter of this side. Okay, so I exit the sketch workbench. Okay, where are my part? Okay, this one. So and what's next? I create probably a surface, an extrude of 20 millimeters using the sketch. So extrude, uh, I don't need, I need only one side dimension. The second side dimension will be 0. Okay, and click on OK. So this side is a bit complicated, so that's why I think I just I just remove the inner side of this surface, upper surface. Okay, so I think I use split tool. So element to cut is this one, actually this one, and the cutting element is my sketch 3. Okay, it's a bit wrong. I need other side here. No, it's okay. I click on OK. So and inside this I create another sketch. Okay, sketch on this plane, once again on this plane, and I create the circle with a diameter of what it is 60 millimeters. I mean this circle, I mean inner circle's diameter is 60 millimeters. Okay, so the dimension here is 60 millimeter. So I exit sketch workbench and create an extrude. Uh, the length of 20 millimeters. It's okay for me. So, and now I feel the inner side of this circle. Okay, using feel and using this, maybe sketch 4. Okay, and click on OK. So, and finally, I think I should create another fill using this edge and this edge. I'm not sure I can have a result. Okay, it is an error. So that's why I remove this one. Remove and click on OK. And I should I should trim inner side of my fill 3. So once again, I click on split. So element to cut is this one, fill 3. Okay, and cutting element is this edge. Okay, this edge of extrude 4. So I need other side like this, and I click on OK. So now I don't need this sketch 4 and this sketch 3. I right click and make them hidden. And finally I should create here a hole. So it should be it should be created through whole parts like this. Okay, and I create another sketch on this plane 1. Okay, and create a circle inside of this sketch using an origin as a center of my circle. And what is this? What is it? Is diameter? So the diameter is 30 millimeters. Okay, and I think that's enough. I just exit sketch workbench and create another extrude. So I need to extrude to other side. That's enough. It's okay. I can even create a dimension to other side, maybe like this. That's not so crucial. So, and now I should create a trim using this one, which is fill 2, this one, which is extrude 5, and this side, which is actually split 1. Uh, is that correct? It is not correct, actually. Okay. If I try to click on OK, it is okay. It's not creating. So I don't need this sketch 5. I make it hidden. So I think first of all I should create a join using this okay, this split 2, this fill 2, this extrude 4, split 1, and maybe even these 2. Okay, and click on OK. So that's okay. I have a little. So let me just select uh, surfaces on my workspace. So I select this one, which is split 1 actually. So I select this one, and this one, and this one, and also this one, and probably this two sides also. So that's okay. So this join 1 contains all surfaces but this extrude 5. So I select I click on trim, select this join 1 and extrude 2. Okay, so I don't need I'm not okay with this result. Maybe I click on other side, like this. No.
Domnul, 8 cm.
Okay, we can continue. So and click on this button, probably. Okay, and this result is okay for me. I just click on OK, and OK, the result is okay for me. So the last point, I should create this circle, these two holes. Okay, I have here a trim 2, which contains all surfaces, and here probably on this ZX plane I'm gonna create another sketch. Okay, just like this, and click create a circle using an origin as a center of my circle, and make its diameter as 32 millimeters. So it is 32. So I exit sketch workbench and create an extrude. Probably a bit more than 60 millimeters is okay for me, because as you remember, guys, the distance between this and this is 120. You can see it by this drawing. So 20 plus 80 plus 20 is 120. Okay, so that's why I create here maybe 60, at least 60, or a bit more than 60, something like this, using actually definitely mirrored extent option, and I click on OK. So I don't need this sketch 6, and create another trim using this one, which is trim 2, and this one extrude 6. Okay, so look at this. The result is not okay for me. I click on this other side, and now it is okay, and I click on OK. So actually I have created trim 3 on my trio specification. I don't need this plain one. I make it hidden. So this trim 3 contains all surfaces I need. Okay, so I switch into part design mode and create a close surface. Okay, like this. I can right click on trim 3 and make it hidden. So a little important point here before I create this closed surface. Okay, closed surface. I delete it and make shown this trim 3. Okay, so it is an additional thing for you. So here there are two tools uh, which are called hide show and swap visible space. Hide show icon, I think it is understandable for you. If you click on hide show and select any of element on your tree of specification or on your workspace, you can hide or show these elements. Okay, so right now I have made shown this side split one, which is actually hidden. So or uh, I can even hide these planes. I just click on this hide show icon. uh, it is actually similar to when you right click on element and make them hidden or shown. Okay, so what about this one? What is this icon? If you try to click this icon, okay, your workspace is a bit changed. I mean, the color of your workspace is changed. It is some kind of really weird color. So as you can see here, a lot of elements which are actually hidden. Okay, so in this workspace, you can see all elements you made hidden. Okay, but this, so I can see from here all elements, and I don't see stream 3 which is shown actually. Okay, if you want, why you need this, if you want to, okay, you are currently in this space, with this workspace, and you need to okay, let's say you are not able to find this YZ plane on your tree or specification. Let's say it is okay, you actually you easily can find it here, but let's assume you are not able to find it. Okay, what you can do, you just switch okay, let's say you don't have a trial specification like this. Okay, you just switch your space like this. Okay, and see here, you can see all invisible or made hidden elements. So you just select this one, right click, and click hide show, and also this one, probably hide show, and change swap visible space, and see, you can see it here. It is now shown. Okay, this is really useful tool when you have you are working, on really big project, and where you have over 100 or over 200 elements, like curves, surfaces, planes, and so on. Okay, where you are not able, where it is really difficult to find elements you need on your on trio specification, because you don't see actually you see it is named, but you don't see it on your workspace. So it is really useful to use this icon or this tool in this kind of cases.